Hello everyone. I get a lot of questions asking about what kind of level you need to be at to play online, play with other people. What I do tend to say is just to be able to nail down the basics. So what I'm going to do and sort of showcase in this video is just how you can try to get a bit of consistency in your gameplay and just practice a little bit more intelligently. Typically with this game, a lot of the experience is that the maps are very random and the food starts vary, and how much the food starts vary this sort of dictates the tech times and what kind of strategies you can go for and how effective they would tend to be. But what you can do is you can go into the scenario editor and you can go down here to seed map, and you can pick a specific seed and it will generate a map with that kind of content. So what I've found is if we go for, say, seed 998, you can get a map that's got some banthas, a little bit of hunt, but not too much. It's quite a decent sort of varied food start with a sort of complicated way of playing it. And if you can nail this and do this right, it would definitely help you when you start playing those random maps with your friends or with some of the guys on the GBG Discord there. Help you sort of manage your tech level 1 and your T2, and if you get that going, you can sort of work on the rest of your game plans. You want to have the basics down properly. So I'll put this as in the description as a link for a scenario that you can just put into your sort of save game scenario folder, or you can just make it yourself. And you can do that by going up to the menu, saving as, and you can see that I've sort of saved it here already. Now, when you want to play it, you just go back to the main menu. No, I don't want to save it. Let me out. Let me out. No, let me out. Go back to the main menu. Into standard game, scenario. Find the one that we've chosen there. And this is important. You need to hit it to low resources because it's a scenario and you've not given like the players resources from the get-go. But if you set it to that, they'll get it at the start there, so it'll just be like a normal random map game. I like to go Confederacy just so you've already got basic training, and it's more important to just keep your workers being built, not have an idle command center. Put the difficulty to easy so you don't get like stupid cheating rushes from the AI, because that'll just distract you, knock you off your build, and it's nothing like what you would experience in a real game with real players. And then you can hop into it. So what I would suggest is if you take that map and you try and emulate what I'm doing here on this map, and try and hit the timings that I'm hitting with like tech level 2, tech level 3, and trying not to have an idle command center. So we see there's 4 nerfs, so we'll open up and we'll get an animal nursery. And we're just going to scout out that lure that we know is here. So we want to lure that right away so we don't have an idle command center. Okay. Go right in. These guys go into carbon while we wait for him to come back. Just keep him on a hotkey, just so you know. You can jump to him right away. You do other things waiting for him to get to position. Want to lure it over to the corner. Everyone put the carbon in. Start shooting this. That way, if it's on the corner, they can all get around it. And when I start garrisoning them, they should get back to work a bit quicker. So I want to get that food so I can queue the next worker. And we'll only have to garrison once or twice, I think. And then we'll have enough of a surplus that we can just keep it going. You see that the animal nursery is ticking away the food there. Just going to send the scout off to do whatever. I need to make a house because I forgot about that because I'm speaking too much. So these 3 workers will build a house. A lot of food. I'll get in there. Right, I want you lads to come over here. Give me a carbon processor. And next worker, we're going to go get that Ronto. See, now we don't need to garrison this time. Smashing. Let's not get too distracted there. I'm going to put another worker on carbon. Just microing them because they're idiots. We do need to garrison this time now. Right, we're all good. We've got a nice surplus of food now. So that's us made it through the sort of chaotic start in the team 1, and then it should just be sort of smooth sailing on what to do here. So we're going to get that next house with 13 out of 15. These boys are finished with the dewback. We've got enough on carbon now, 5 will do. And I'm going to grab these boys and I'm going to send them over to these EOPs down here. So we're going to want to get a food processor there. That's like our next bit of food. So you can see why this one's a little bit tricky, and if you can nail this right, you should sort of be able to deal with most maps. Because you have to switch your sort of food. You have to get nursery built up, animals in it. You need to get your lured hunt eaten, and then you need to transition into this hunt that you need a food processor for. And then we might need a couple of farms or so just to get up to T3 as well. So you don't need to build the food processor right away. We want to try and kill these as they come close to the food processor, just to limit the sort of movement time that the workers need when they deliver the food. Because you'll see they walk up like that, and every time they do, you're just going to try and snipe one. New house. Send a couple of these boys over, and then I think I'm going to send the rest onto here. We're going to make a Nova processor. Oh! Like Christmas. Got the 1, 2. I'm going to get 3 farms. And the rest of this is going to be on to the old carbon. Have to make sure these boys are fit, so I've got T2. So we only need 1 on Nova, I think, because we are Confederacy, we don't need basic training, and we've got 100 Nova already. It's going to take us a little while to get all that food up. Get this house. Because we build in workers when we hit T2. Bam. Bam. Mech factory. I think I'm going to put 1 worker onto Nova from the command center. I think there's the OPs up there as well. Long distance minders. He's going to help out. Let's get the next building. Right, we're almost getting there. So you want to just keep making workers until you've got enough of a surplus to go T3. You don't want to like cut corners if you don't need to, like in terms of worker production, because you're just weakening your economy there. So I'm gonna just murder all those Ryokus up there. See, now we'll stop making workers. So these 3 farms are really like there. There we go. Smashing. We're off to T3. And once these guys have eaten these EOPs, we're just going to pull them back, and then we're going to build a couple more farms with them, and we're going to get them in the carbon. So what we can do now is get another carbon processor, just so we can get a bigger arc here. Because you want your workers, you see how they keep getting bloody stuck? Absolute pricks. Pull him over. How are they doing? Can upgrade things. Got a power core. We upgrade our nursery as well. You can eat that tree. 12, 40. That'll do. Just gonna send them off to the command center. Once we garrison them, they'll deposit that food, and then we can put them where we'd like them. And they should take us up to about 400 food or so. So we have a healthy surplus to play with. Now at this point, you could do whatever you want. You could go for a boom, just throw down command centers. You could go air, or you could go mech. Completely up to you. So that's 1347, we've hit sort of T3 there. So I'm just going to stop it there. Try and do this yourself. If you just want, you can just hit restart and you can keep going until you nail things the way that you want. You can watch the video alongside just to see what kind of general ideas you should be doing there. And as I said, you'll find the scenario in the description. I'll put it up on like Google Drive or something. But you can just make it yourself as well. I imagine the seeds are all identical. So that was seed 998 when you go into the scenario editor. Save it as a scenario, load it up in a standard game. Remember, low resources and difficulty, just put it down to easy so that the AI doesn't trouble you. And see if you can hit the same sort of T3 time. We'll see what you guys think in terms of the comments and how you get on with this. I can maybe do other ones like different variations of food, because it's hard for me to just give you build orders. I could maybe work them out for these different variations, but the maps are so random. But maybe in the next one I can do like super high nerf, super lure, where you can get like a really quick T3 time, like maybe 2 minutes quicker than this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments here, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.